Thanks so much for joining me on Thursday, my regular posting day. Today we are talking about my blushes, and I'm calling it favorites and not so favorites because if I didn't like them, I wouldn't have them anymore. So these are things that I love and things that I don't use as often, but I like them enough to keep them. So thank you to Kathy who gave me this idea to please compile things and then talk about the collection, so to speak. So we're gonna go ahead and just get started with the products, and they are very dirty looking because I use them frequently, but I will insert some pictures along the way and hopefully I'll have cleaned them up a little bit before you get a close-up. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is a blush that I love. It is probably one of my favorite blushes. It's by Charlotte Tilbury and it is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher in Ecstasy. And really beautiful corally color, and then there's like a cooler color in the middle, so you swish and pop, and that's where I got the whole idea of layering blushes, because I love to just get a lighter color and get a wash of color on the cheek and then pop it in the middle. So love this one of my favorites. Next up we have a blush by KEVYN in Fira. The reason I purchased this is because Wayne Goss used this as a blush in a tutorial that was like a fresh, like just from the sun kind of look, where he took a fan brush and just put it in this color and then dusted it on the high points of the cheek and the nose and then on the forehead, and it does look like you've been just exposed to the sun for a little bit and you get that flush of color. It's really beautiful to wear it that way as well. But I'm learning to use this a little bit more because the color is so unusual, but it's also really natural, if that makes sense. It looks really bright, but it is just, I love it. Next up, we have one by Chanel, which I have talked about, the Coco Code. And this is what that fiber reminds me of, is this color. Let's take a look together. Oh, they're not that far off. They kind of have the same idea, but this is much brighter. I love this. I didn't love the bronzer in there, but you can swirl this together with, say, the highlighters and get more of a shimmery effect, or you can use it alone. I like to use that for a pop on the cheek, and it smells like roses. So if you like that smell, you'll like this, and it's really beautiful. It's funny though, the brush that they included in this really does not get into those places very well, but if you have a Ray Morris brush like this, you can just place the brush exactly where you want it. So I love this one too. This next one is by Hourglass. It's Diffused Heat, another of my favorites. Great color, especially on my skin tone, and it has a little bit of that glow to it. Not glitter, I don't like glitter, but it does provide a little bit of glow and a little bit of shimmer. Really pretty. I have a product by IT Cosmetics, and I've used some of their products on and off. I'm not a complete fan. I love the idea that they have, but I find that the colors matching my skin tone can be a little bit tricky. But I have this disc thing and really pretty blush. This is pretty. I don't use this as much. Let's put some on now. What does that look like? I guess that's more of a highlighter, so anyway, totally distracted. So this color is beautiful. I just don't grab for it as much, but it did it. There's nothing wrong with this color. It's really pretty. It goes on really well. I don't grab for it. But it's nice for travel because there's this huge bronzer and then a highlighter and a blush. Next up, I have a by Terry blush Glace. It's like a liquid. No, it's not liquidy. It's like a sorbet. I don't know, like a melted sorbet consistency that you put on your cheeks. It smells like roses too. Really pretty. It kind of reminds me of the Stila blushes, except it's more of a jelly consistency than watery. The Stila ones are really watery. Speaking of Stila, these are the ones that I have. I did a tutorial on this a while ago, but I have one in rose water and one in poppy, and there's a little bit of mesh on the top. I like to use a synthetic brush just to apply it. It just stains your cheeks and they are really beautiful. I like to use these in the summer when I have more bare skin. Next up, another Hourglass product. We've got the Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush Palette, which I use today. I had a little bit of a darker blush on and I wanted to mute it down, so I used this color on top and it really took down the brightness of it and it looks almost peachy now. So I really enjoy using this one. I really like using that one as a topper, and then like I said, to diffuse colors sometimes if they get too bright and it's too much for what I'm looking for, I'll go in with that and just kind of buff it out, and it just smooths edges and then takes that brightness down. We got Charlotte Tilbury next. I saw another person talking about these and they were amongst their favorites, and they're really easy to travel with, really beautiful. I got Rebel Without a Cause here and The Spy Who Loved Me. Nice creamy blushes and highlights that go with them. I think you can use those on your eyes too. All right, then we have some Tarte blushes. I actually have not used these yet. I got this in a little gift set. It was on sale. I think it was like $20 by the time I got it, and it came with a brush. Where's the brush? Anyway, it came with a really pretty brush too, and I just haven't tried them. I've heard really good things about Tarte blushes. I just haven't tried them. I will try them at some point. But I've got Pop, Royal, Vibrant, and Genius. Those are the colors I've got. This one could be interesting on my skin. Huh. It's like a mocha-y color. Should we try that? I want to try that now. Let's try Royal on. I've got my Ray Morris brush. And there are no mirrors in these because it came as a set, like a little gift set, but that's okay. It has a little bit of shimmer in there, looks like. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's a lot cooler looking than I thought it would be. Not as excited about it right now after that. We'll see if I can work that in with something else. All right, next up, Hourglass again. Hourglass does, amongst some of the best blushes that I've tried, next to probably NARS. Well, Charlotte Tilbury too. So those are up there together. And this is the Ambient Lighting palette. And there's some other finishing powders in there, but there are 2 blushes in here. And I've got them in Luminous Flush and Mood Exposure. Anytime I can get my hands on any of the Hourglass palettes, even though they cost a little bit more, I never hit pan. Well, I haven't hit pan yet. I'm about to hit pan on Radiant Light, the finishing powder, but aside from that, I rarely hit pan on anything. So the smaller I can get things, the better, because I don't ever use them probably before they're supposed to be thrown away. So I like to do that. And then it gives me a chance to try other things. We've got another Hourglass product. It is the Ambient Lighting Edit in Surreal Light. Really beautiful blush colors. I do love both of those. And those are in Surreal Glow and Surreal Effect. Beautiful, both of those. I love them. Someone was saying that they were glitter. I think it was Kathleen Lights was saying that they were glittery on her, but I've never gotten that effect on my skin, and I've never heard anyone tell me it looks like I have glitter on my face, so I didn't have that experience myself. So I know she is much, much more fair than I am, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but that was not my experience. I love that palette. Oh, my foot's asleep again. Look at my hair. Jeez. And speaking of NARS, I have a few that I love. I love all of them. I've got Luster, really beautiful apricot-y color with shimmer in it, like a gold shimmer in it. That is beautiful. I love to put this one all over my cheek and then follow up with a pop of color. And then I like to use the one, I've got the smaller one, Goulue, G-O-U-L-U-E. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, Goulue. Anyway, it is really pretty, and I like to pop that on the middle of my cheek when I wear Luster. And then I've got Orgasm. This is probably like the 5th one I've had, and this came as a, I don't know why it's little. It must have come as some kind of birthday thing, or I don't remember, or maybe in one of those Sephora kits that they sell when they sell like a lip kit or like favorites kits, things like that. Probably came from that, but there's a reason why this has such a following, because it is really beautiful. You can see it has that goldish shimmer. Let's add some of that while we're here. Yeah, really pretty. Okay, you can see it. Wow, went on really, really pigmented there. Okay, that's too much now. So this is a good example, because now I can show you, I can use this color to diffuse it out. Let's just wipe off this brush. So I have a color switch type thing to clean the brush, get that color off of there, and then I'm gonna go in with Brilliant Nude, and then just take that, and then you can see the intensity of it. I'm just gonna take down the color with this. It's so interesting that Orgasm came off as really almost a purpley. color. It looks almost like Mood Exposure. Maybe it's because I've got like, I don't know, 2 or 3 blushes on there already. Let's try using this one. I'm gonna look like a clown by the end of this. I can never figure out their graphics here on the back. Okay, Incandescent Electra, because it's really peachy. Let's try and warm that up a little. Now at a certain point, it's all gonna end up looking muddy. I have a lot of blush on my cheek right now. Another thing you can do if your blush gets a little bit out of control and too bright or too much, and like at this point, yeah, that's a little too much. All right, so we're gonna take a flesh colored, oh look, I hit pan, just kidding. This is in Soft Honey, it's a powder by Bobbi Bryant. Just take a color that is near your skin tone and then you can run it over there, and then that mutes it a bit as well. That works pretty good. So it was getting a little bit much. I'm almost done. Then I have a Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks in Blushed Rose, and this is beautiful as well. It's a creamy kind of consistency, really great for my skin tone. If you were similar to me, it's like a dusty rose kind of color. It's definitely got a warmth to it, kind of a brownish tinge to it. Really nice. And that's it for my blushes. So if you're similar to skin tone as me, then those should probably work out for you. I love how they go on. They all blend really nicely. They look great on the skin. They kind of meld with the skin instead of looking like they're sitting on top. Although I have those Tarte ones, I'm not quite sure yet. I gotta give them a little bit more of a try and really see how they perform. But other than that, I do have them because I like them. If you learned something, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you next Thursday. Thank you. Next up, I have hair all over the place. Oh, goodness. What is this? Come on. What is, like, what, why? We have got a Charlotte Tilbury, and that is it for my blushes. So if you are similar to scones, where is it? I like to use Goulue, G-O-U-L-U-E. I like to use that one, being consistent in the way they're applicated. Is that a word? Applicated? Yikes! I'm gonna break something one of these days.